CBS News foreign correspondent Jonathan Vigliotti is following the latest there in Istanbul. He joins us now on the phone. Jonathan, authorities are still searching for the gunman. What more can you tell us about the investigation?
Hi, Meg. Yes, the gunman remains at large. He got away on Sunday and has remained, although there's a massive manhunt, as you can imagine, still very much underway. Police very active on the streets. The deputy prime minister, though, within the past hour saying they are very close to making an arrest. As you mentioned, police within the past few hours as well, releasing several photos of who they believe is the attacker. Those photos actually came from surveillance video taken at a money exchange place. The deputy prime minister says they were led to this suspect from DNA that he actually left behind at the Reina nightclub. We know that he made a change of clothing there. Well, according to investigators, he actually left behind his gun, he left behind a bag, and also a jacket, all of them with either fingerprints or DNA on them, leading them to the suspect, and also aiding them in detaining 8 people who also, as you mentioned, they suspected playing a role in this attack. Again, though, still no arrest as that manhunt continues very much active tonight.
Jonathan, what are your sources telling you about the shooter's ties to terrorism and if he's part of a larger ISIS cell operating in Turkey?
Yeah, the Islamic State this morning claimed responsibility on their website, calling this attacker a soldier of the caliphate. What is still unclear, though, is if ISIS actually directed this attack or if this attacker was acting alone or part of some separate cell. What we can tell from the 8 people that were arrested, it does appear as a working theory that there were more people involved in all of this. But again, the exact role that ISIS did play in this is still unclear. We also don't know the identity of the suspect. It's believed that police do, but they have yet to release his name as this ongoing search for him continues.
Jonathan, as we mentioned, most of the victims were foreigners, but there was one American who was hurt. What have you learned about him?
Jacob Rack, 35 years old from Delaware, and he has an amazing story. He was here in Turkey visiting friends, celebrating New Year's at Club Reina. This club, to put into perspective, a tourist hotspot, one of the swankiest in the city, the kind of club that you wait hours online to get in. He was there with 9 of his friends when this attacker made his way through and opened fire. 7 of his friends, including himself, were shot. We saw him actually immediately after the attack in video being pulled out on a stretcher where he was screaming that he had been shot in the leg. Amazingly, though, he was able to return home this morning where we also saw him speaking to media about what he went through, saying that a phone actually possibly saved him. A bullet ricocheted off of it, hitting him in the leg. Again, though, he was reminding everyone of all the other people that lost their lives inside the club. It's still unclear the conditions of his 7 friends.
Unbelievable there. Let me ask you, too, as you know, violent attacks have gripped Turkey over the past year. Was this considered a security failure in Turkey's largest city on New Year's Eve?
There's been a lot of criticism about security, and to put this in perspective, there have been 4 attacks in the past month, including this New Year's attack, over 30 attacks over the course of the past year. Turkey, the government, also faced a failed coup over the summer, and since then, the government has really struggled to maintain stability. It's certainly very difficult to stop a man with a gun from opening fire, but one of the questions is how come intelligence couldn't thwart this? Those holes, if they exist, are something that need to be answered in the future. With that said, though, certainly a ton of police presence here over the holidays. In fact, 17,000 police officers were here in the streets leading up to New Year's out of this exact concern. U.S. intelligence warned of a possible attack 10, at this point, actually 12 days ago. And of course, even with all those warnings, with all that increased security, nothing could stop this attacker from making his way into the club. That presence still very much continuing on today, as well as the unease really throughout Istanbul and Turkey as this attacker remains at large.
Absolutely. Jonathan Vigliotti for us. Thank you so much.